Hey there, food lovers! Get ready for a Thanksgiving treat. We created the most delicious pecan pie ever. Don't worry, it's easier than you think. Ready to begin? Let's get started. Before we start, let's gather our ingredients. Think of it like everyone getting around the table for a delicious adventure. For the crust, 1 1/4 cups all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/2 cup shortening, 1/4 cup cold butter, cut into small pieces, and 1/4 cup of ice water. For the filling, 1 cup of light corn syrup, 3/4 cup of granulated sugar, 1/3 cup packed light brown sugar, 4 large eggs, 1 teaspoon pure vanilla extract, 1/2 teaspoon salt, and 1 1/2 cups of pecan halves. See? Nothing too crazy, right? Now, grab our trusty pie plate, a mixing bowl, and a whisk. We're about to get our bake on. First things first, we have to make our crust. Don't be intimidated. Making a pie crust from scratch might seem daunting, but trust me, it's easier than you think. With a few simple ingredients and patience, you'll have a flaky, delicious crust that will be the perfect base for any pie. It's just a few simple steps. Gather your ingredients: flour, salt, butter, shortening, and ice water. Each one plays a crucial role in creating that perfect texture. The butter and shortening give the crust its flakiness, while the ice water helps bind everything together without making the dough too challenging. In a large bowl, whisk together the flour and salt. This step ensures that the salt is evenly distributed throughout the flour, giving your crust a consistent flavor. It's a small detail, but makes a big difference in the final product. Then, cut in the shortening and butter until the mixture looks like coarse crumbs. This is where the magic happens. The butter and shortening should be cold, straight from the fridge. This helps create those flaky layers we all love in a pie crust. Use a pastry blender or 2 forks to cut the fats into the flour mixture until it resembles coarse crumbs. You want to see small pea-sized pieces of butter and shortening throughout the mixture. You can use a pastry blender or 2 forks for this. If you don't have a pastry blender, don't worry. 2 forks work just as well. The key is to work quickly to keep the fats cold. This will ensure that your crust is tender and flaky. Here's the secret to a super flaky crust. Slowly drizzle in the ice water, stirring gently with a fork until the dough comes together. Don't overmix. Overmixing can make the dough tough. Add the water a tablespoon at a time, and stop as soon as the dough starts to come together. It should still be crumbly, but it will hold together when you press it with your hands. Shape the dough into a disc, wrap it in plastic wrap, and refrigerate for at least 30 minutes. This resting time allows the gluten in the flour to relax, making the dough easier to roll out. It also helps the fats firm up again, which is crucial for that flaky texture. While it's chillin', preheat that oven to 150 degrees Fahrenheit. See? Easy peasy. Preheating the oven ensures that it's at the right temperature when you're ready to bake, which helps the crust cook evenly and become golden brown. Now onto the good stuff, the pecan filling. This is where your pie starts to come together. The rich, sweet filling is the perfect complement to our flaky crust. Stay tuned because we'll dive into the delicious details of making the ideal pecan pie filling. All right, everyone. This is where the magic happens. In a large bowl, whisk together the corn syrup, granulated sugar, brown sugar, eggs, vanilla extract, and salt until smooth and well combined. Now, gently stir in those beautiful pecan halves. We want them coated in all that sweet, gooey goodness. Take a moment to inhale that heavenly aroma. It smells like Thanksgiving already, doesn't it? Remember that chilled pie crust? It's been resting in the fridge, getting nice and firm, just waiting for its moment to shine. The chill helps the dough relax, making it easier to roll out and less likely to shrink when baked. This is a crucial step in achieving that perfect, flaky crust. Take it out of the fridge and roll it out on a lightly floured surface. Make sure to flour your rolling pin as well to prevent sticking. Roll from the center outward, turning the dough occasionally to maintain an even thickness. Aim for a circle about 12 inches in diameter, which should fit nicely into your pie plate. Carefully transfer the crust to your pie plate. To do this, gently fold the dough in half, then in half again, and place the point in the center of the pie plate. Unfold the dough and ease it into the plate, being careful not to stretch it, which can cause it to shrink during baking. Trim and crimp the edges to your liking. Get creative. You can use a fork to press a simple pattern around the edge or pinch the dough between your fingers for a classic crimped look. If you're feeling adventurous, try braiding the edge or cutting out small shapes with a cookie cutter to decorate the rim. Pour the pecan filling into the crust. Ensure the filling is evenly distributed. Every bite is packed with that rich, nutty goodness. The filling should reach just below the edge of the crust, leaving a little room for it to expand as it bakes. Here's a little trick. Place the pie plate on a baking sheet. This will catch any drips and make your life a whole lot easier. It also simplifies transferring the pie in and out of the oven without disturbing the filling. This will catch any drips and make your life a whole lot easier. Cleaning up burnt sugar from the bottom of your oven is no fun. The baking sheet also helps to distribute heat more evenly, ensuring a perfectly baked pie. Bake for 50 to 60 minutes until the filling is set and the crust is golden brown. You'll know it's done when the center of the pie no longer jiggles and the edges are a beautiful golden color. If the crust turns brown too quickly, you can cover the edges with foil to prevent burning. Keep an eye on it towards the end. You don't want that crust to burn. It's a good idea to check the pie about 10 minutes before the end of the baking time. If the filling is still too wobbly, give it a few more minutes, but be vigilant. While that pie is baking, your house will smell divine. The sweet, nutty aroma of pecans and the buttery scent of the crust will fill every corner of your home, creating a warm and inviting atmosphere. The aroma makes you want to curl up on the couch with a warm blanket and a good book. Imagine the comfort of a cozy autumn afternoon, the leaves rustling outside, and the anticipation of enjoying a slice of homemade pie. It's these simple pleasures that make baking so rewarding. Want to take your pecan pie from delicious to downright show-stopping? Whether you're a seasoned baker or a novice in the kitchen, these tips will elevate your pie game to the next level. Here are a few tips. Toast the pecans. This simple step can make a world of difference. Toasting the pecans before adding them to the filling enhances their nutty flavor. The heat brings out the nuts' natural oils, making them more aromatic and flavorful. Spread them on a baking sheet for 5 to 7 minutes at 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Keep an eye on them to prevent burning. Blind bake the crust. Blind baking the crust for 10 to 15 minutes before adding the filling helps prevent a soggy bottom. This step ensures that your crust stays crisp and flaky, even after adding the filling. Just prick the bottom of the crust with a fork, line it with parchment paper, and fill it with pie weights or dried beans. This will keep the crust from puffing up and ensure an even bake. Add a splash of bourbon. This might sound unconventional, but trust us, it works wonders. Add a tablespoon or two of bourbon to the filling for an extra layer of flavor. The alcohol will cook off, leaving behind a rich, warm flavor that complements the pie's sweetness. It adds a hint of warmth and complexity that's simply divine. For a different twist, you can experiment with other spirits like rum or brandy. And there you have it. With these tips, your pecan pie will taste amazing and look like it came straight out of a gourmet bakery. A pecan pie that's guaranteed to impress even the pickiest eaters at your Thanksgiving feast. So try these tips and watch as your pie becomes the show's star. Is there anything better than a warm slice of pecan pie on Thanksgiving? It's a classic for a reason. The buttery, nutty filling, the flaky crust screams fall comfort food. This year, ditch the store-bought pie and impress your family with a homemade pecan pie. Follow our simple recipe, and you'll be swimming in compliments before you can say gobble till you wobble. This recipe is near and dear to our hearts. It's been passed down through generations of our family. So pull up a chair, grab your apron, and let's make some Thanksgiving magic together. Congratulations, you did it! We are so proud of you for tackling this recipe. Now go ahead and slice into that beautiful creation. Doesn't it look amazing? Be sure to snap a picture before it disappears. Share your masterpiece with us on social media. You can even share your Thanksgiving creations in the comments below. We love seeing your pecan pie innovations. If you want more Thanksgiving treats, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Remember to ring that notification bell for more sweet treat recipes. Thank you for watching. We hope you and your loved ones have a happy Thanksgiving. Until our next adventure, happy baking.